What's up, everybody? It's Griffin here. How you guys doing? Hope everything's going well, staying nice and warm because, man, it's cold as balls here. But anyway, I figured we'd make a different kind of video. I got a question on Twitter the other day asking me how I was able to take the baby on these trips and stuff, and how I'm able to do this and do that. And someone asked me if I had custody of him, and I told him no. Me and his mom just co-parent with each other. So her and I were talking yesterday, and we thought it'd be a good idea to kind of share and break down how co-parenting should be. Because the way that her and I raise him together is definitely there's no other just no other opportunity to be able to do it because everything gets done right. So we're gonna break it down little by little, let you know how it goes. So a little bit of backstory. Her and I dated Christmas a couple years ago, and she ended up pregnant 9 months later. Voila. Out comes the little guy. We found out a couple months after he was born that I was his dad. And so then her and I had to sit down and talk, and I told her that I'm a very active dad. I like to be there. I want to be able to do different things and be pretty much a full-time dad type of thing. And she was fine with that. She said she didn't really care. I told her that I didn't want to do child support, that anything she needed for the kiddo, all she had to do was just say so, and I'll get it. And she said, okay, but, if you don't fall back on that and you don't hold up what that is, then, I won't have a choice. I have to put you on child support. So that was understandable. So it was kind of a really good mutual understanding, a mutual arrangement for it. There was a little bit of time where she was unemployed, and I kind of had to step up some more. But I didn't mind, because the mindset you need to have in going into something like this is you need to put all your personal feelings behind you. Okay? She's going to meet and date people, and I'm just going to say it from the father's standpoint, from my own point of view. She's going to date people. You're not going to like some of them. You're not going to like all of them. But the thing is you can't let your personal feelings get in the way of what the primary objective is. And that's one of the things that I tell her all the time, that I'm really proud that we can both be objective. And that's the thing. The primary objective is raising a child that has both parents, and both parents that are actively involved in their life. Seeing your child once a month is not being actively involved. Sorry, dude. If you see your child once a month and you call yourself a dad, if you're working and that's your work schedule and that's your only opportunity to see him or her, then that's understandable. Okay, you got to work, you got to do what you got to do. But there's a lot of things in between that kind of help with that. One of the main things is consistency. When you say you're going to do something, do it. Don't say you're going to do something and then not do it. Hey, I'm going to get this for you. Or, hey, you're almost out of formula. I'll get it to you when I get paid. And then when you get paid, be like, oh, well, I had to go do this and do that. And you need to make the baby, child, toddler, infant, teenager, whatever, they need to be the number one priority over everything. Your bills are also a priority, so you've kind of got to monetize both of them together. Anytime she needed something, diapers, wipes, hell, I even ask her a lot of the times, what do you need? Are you running low on this? Does he need anything? So you want to communicate consistently with each other. The relationship that her and I have, she's actually dating someone, and then I'm dating someone. But everybody gets along. He seems to be a pretty good guy. I don't really know him personally because I don't like knowing people personally. Um, but he's really good with, you know, the other kids that she has, and he's really good to her. So that's all that really matters. Um, and that's the mindset that you've got to be in. When I told her about, you know, me and Megan moving in together, I'd said something to her about it, and she said the same thing that I said. You know, if you trust her around Asher, then it shouldn't be a problem because she trusts my judgment just like I trust hers. So at the end of the day, neither one of us really gets involved in each other's personal lives. If she comes to me as a friend and wants to talk to me about something like that, then I'll just be an open ear to her, just to kind of let her vent and get it off her chest. But I'm not going to influence her for whatever reason because it's not my place. Your place as a parent is to solely have a conversation and solely talk to her about the kid, and that's it. You messaging her saying, "Hey, yo, what's up?" You know, that's just that's out of line. That's out of place because you're in a primary objective to raise a kid, right? If you know she's going through a rough time or she had a breakup or something and you just want to check in on her, that's understandable. Okay? But if it's just normal life, then the only thing you should really be talking about is the kid. Like, I'll message her 2, 3 times a week if I have a long week at work and ask her how the baby's doing. And, you know, she'll tell me, she'll send me pictures and videos, and I'll do the same with her when I have them. And so it's just being on a team together, and we both have always had the same frame of mind that we really didn't care about each other's personal lives. We just solely cared about making sure that the baby had everything he needed and wanted and had the best life possible. Um, as you can see in the video, this is videos of his birthday party this year. Everybody was there. My family was there. Her family was there. Her friends were there. My friends were there. And the one thing that you see is nobody's arguing, nobody's making a scene, and there was no problems at this birthday party. It's no different.
First time wearing gloves. He's not sure
What
what to
really
make of it.
seems to get people down, her and I have, since he's been born, he's about a year and a half old. The entire time that he's been alive, not one time have her and I got into an argument, a fight, or a disagreement about anything. If she felt a certain way about something, she told me. If I felt a certain way about something, I told her. But when we heard that criticism from each other, we didn't necessarily believe that it was just, well, it's got to be my way or no way, you know, type of mindset. It was always in the mindset of, okay, what's the ultimate end game here? Like this past month, we took him to San Antonio, Texas, which is 7 hours away from where we are. So I told her about the trip. I said, I think he'd really have fun on it. I really want to take him there. I think he'd really have a blast. He really has fun at theme parks with us, so this will be a really an upgrade for him. I said, we're going to go all out and do all kinds of crazy stuff with him. And she thought about it for a little bit, and she said, okay. She said she just wanted to be informed as far as when we made it and type of stuff like that, which I was completely fine with. As long as you got to respect each other. No matter if the person they're dating is a piece of shit. Okay, you still got to hold that higher standard that you need to respect each other. Don't yell, scream, and cuss or whatever at each other. Don't argue, don't fight, and most definitely do not do it in front of the kids. Because if you do, then you're telling the kid that it's okay to do it. Our kid's 1.5 years old, and everything that he does, he says please, he says thank you. He's very well mannered. He listens when you tell him to do something. The first time he does it, he'll try to push your button to see how far he can get. But at the end of the day, he listens to both parents because he knows that both of them are there and actively there. Birthday parties, they'll be the same for the next 17 years. We'll have one birthday party where everybody will get together. We'll do different venues, obviously, but we invite everybody and just have a good old time. We don't do that with the holiday season and stuff. What we do for holidays is different. A lot of times, if you are married and you end up separating or splitting up from your spouse, then you will get rotating vacations, rotating holidays, excuse me. It's something we didn't want to do because one parent missed out on one holiday. Both parents missed out on a holiday doing it that way. So I think in court, it's like one parent would happen for Thanksgiving, the next parent would happen for Christmas, and then the following year it would swap. So it's something we didn't want to do. Um, I wanted him for Thanksgiving. She wanted him for Thanksgiving. I wanted him for Christmas. She wanted him for Christmas. So we sat down and we said, hey, what time do you do your Thanksgiving dinner? What time do you do your Christmas stuff? So she does hers early in the morning. So Thanksgiving this past month, she had him for the first half of the day. Did her Thanksgiving. They did Thanksgiving at lunch. So she kept him until about 3 p.m. And then I went and picked him up and we did our Thanksgiving for dinner. So I got him for that Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving dinner. Christmas will be right around the same way. I'll pick him up Christmas Eve morning when I get off work and take him to the house, and we'll do his Christmas morning on Christmas Eve. To open his presents and all kinds of stuff, and then I'll take him home to his mom's that night, and so that way she can do Christmas morning with him. And this is where it gets important. You know that it might be important to you. You're gonna have to make sacrifices from what you want. Everybody wants their kid to be there Christmas morning. Everybody wants it, but there's gonna have to be some times where you're gonna have to sacrifice what you want to do what's gonna be in the best interest of your child. Um, Asher has another brother and sister, so I thought it would be really, really important to her that she wake up Christmas morning with all three of her kids. Although I wanted him Christmas morning too, I felt it was best for me to just, let her have that opportunity because it would be really important to her and she works a lot. Um, so I was willing to make that sacrifice to make sure that she had all three kids there for Christmas morning because he enjoys it. He gets to experience it with his brother and sister. So everybody's a win-win. And by that time, he would have already had his Christmas morning with me. So it's really not going to matter. Christmas morning, I'll pick him up about 3 p.m. just like we did for Thanksgiving. And we'll do our Christmas dinner at dinner. So you've got to compromise with each other and you got to talk to each other. He's done a lot of things that most kids don't ever get to do. He's went from zoos to aquariums to water parks to theme parks to museums. He went to SeaWorld this past month. We're going to Legoland this month. So he's getting to do a lot of cool and nice stuff. Before I was a full-time dad, I didn't go and do none of this stuff because I wanted to be able to have fun, and it's a lot of the reasons why I do it. Every now and then I'll say, hey, like next Sunday we're going to Six Flags, just me and Megan. We're not bringing him along, and I'll tell her, hey, we're not going to bring him along this time. We're just going to go and do an adult day, and she's okay, and she always says the same thing, that you deserve to have fun every now and then. And if the roles are reversed and she wanted to go have a day to herself, I would have no problem. So it's all about that compromise and meeting in the middle. At the end of the day, you're both on the same team. You both want the same thing. Okay? You both want to be there. You both want to watch him grow up, and you both want to give him the best life possible. So as long as you stick to that frame of mind and you stick to that, then you should have no problem with anything as far as raising him. If you start having problems because your personal feelings are getting in the way, then what you need to do is you really need to take a step back. Because what you're going to do is you're going to end up ruining everything. Because once your personal feelings starts getting involved in the middle of all that, it's going to cause a slew of problems. Emotions are going to get involved. And once the emotions get involved, you're going to start making choices that you normally wouldn't make. You're going to start acting on those emotions, and it's just going to create it's just a snowball effect. So trust me, if you're just getting out of a relationship with somebody and you were dating them for an extended period of time, the best thing to do is to just solely focus on the kiddo. You're still going to be trying to let go of the person. It's complicated, I know, and it's hard. I've been there and I've done it, but you've got to bite the bullet, because you got to think about it. It's not just you and it's not just her. There's someone else that if you fuck up, they're the one that pays the price for it, not you. They are. You pay the price for it, but they suffer more because they get to see mommy and daddy upset, because kids know when I have a bad day or I'm really down and I have him, he knows, because he'll come up to me and he'll try to get me to play with him because he knows that I love playing with him. So he'll try to get me to come up and play with him. He'll grab my hand and pull on me, and he'll do stuff like that to try to make me feel better. Kids know, kids are smart, and they can kind of pick up on that sort of thing. There's going to be times where you're going to be in and out of it as a parent, but that's where being a parent, it's where you find out being a parent is so great, because your kids start to realize that too, and then they try to save you. They try to help you at the same time. How am I able to do all the things that I do with him? Like I said, man, it's a team effort. You're on the same team. You all want the same thing. She's a great mom. Never had any problems with her. The whole time her and I have known each other, we've known each other for years, and we've always had a good friendship with each other, and it's definitely a good thing. So you want to keep that positive relationship going. And with her other two kids, um, I've known them for a while too, so it kind of makes it a little bit easier. So everybody's situation is different. And then you get these baby mamas that want to extort people. They want to put you on child support, and then they still want to make you pay, or if you don't pay, you don't get to see your kid, type of thing. Trust me, I've been there, done that. And at the end of the day, you've got to do what you feel is going to be the best thing. But don't go off and start running your mouth to her, because it's not going to solve anything. It's not going to solve anything. So, yeah. So I think I have a very fortunate opportunity with the person that I have. She's a great mom, and she does a really good job of taking care of her kids. And I don't ever worry when she has them. If I want to video chat with him because I'm working overtime or something, or like today, I'll go visit him before I go to work, then she lets me. She doesn't stop me. She doesn't say you can't do this or you can't do that, because we talk to each other. And that's the biggest thing, is just having a positive communication with each other. If you do that, you're going to be fine. But you gotta be positive, and you gotta set the example by using your relationship with the kid's mom or the kid's father. How you treat each other is how your children are going to treat everybody else, and it's how they're going to treat you. All these children that I see walking around being disrespectful, not wanting to mind, not wanting to do this, the reason they do that is because you're failing as a parent. You may not want to hear it, but it's true. Kids mimic what they see. Kids follow everyone else that they see. If your child is 2 years old and he's throwing fits and he's not minding and he's throwing stuff and he's throwing fits and yelling back at you, that's not because he's a bad kid. That's because parents don't know how to discipline their children right. That falls back on you. When your kids go to school and acts an ass, what do you think the school does? The school doesn't whip the kid's ass. The school calls you and tells you about it, so that way you can handle your business. If you don't handle your business, then that falls back on you. Your kids acting the way that they do, that's on you. That is a reflection of you. Your children are a reflection of you. How your children act says how you are. If you don't discipline your kids and raise them right, it's going to come back on you, and it's going to make you look like a piece of shit. Look at 99% of the teenagers that are walking around here now. Parents are just too afraid to put their hands on their kids, or they're just too afraid to, they just want to be their friend. It's not your job to be their friend. It's your job to raise them right. You're going to get told, I hate you. I don't like you, go to hell, it's going to happen. Shit happens. It's no different than if you were to be praying to God about something. You're going to get mad. You're not going to like what happens. You're going to tell him a whole bunch of stuff. It's just part of parenting. You're going to be told, I hate you a lot. But the bottom line, they're still going to love you. And that's what matters. So that's going to do it for this one, man. Guess we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.